We will now start the regular press conference for Foreign Affairs Minister Hayashi. Minister, please.
Yes, first of all, from tonight, February the 10th to February 13th, I will visit Melbourne and Honolulu to attend Quad Foreign Ministers meeting as well as Japan-U.S. ROK Foreign Ministers meeting. At the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting toward realizing free and open Indo-Pacific, I wish to affirm furtherance of practical cooperation in wider areas such as vaccine, climate change, promotion, technology, and infrastructure. And given severe security environment in Indo-Pacific region, I wish to have a frank discussion on regional situation as well. During the first part of this year, Quad Summit meeting is planned to be held in Japan. Toward that meeting, I hope this to be an opportunity to further deepen our cooperation. Also, at the Japan-U.S. ROK Trilateral Foreign Ministers meeting, I hope to have discussion on the latest DPRK situation, including repeated ballistic missile launch, and toward full denuclearization of DPRK in line with UN Security Council resolution. I hope to coordinate on DPRK policy going ahead. Also, regional situation and global challenges are planned to be discussed as well. Through these discussions, I'd like to reaffirm Japan-U.S. ROK cooperation and partnership on dealing with the DPRK, including abduction issue. Also, I plan to have bilaterals at these occasions as well. That's it from me.
We will now proceed to the Q&A session. Those of you with questions, please raise your hand, and when your name is called, please approach the microphone, state your name and affiliation, and ask your question. The floor is now open. Sawai-san, please. Toby Miyazaki, Sawai. Yesterday, the METI minister said that LNG is going to be sent to Europe. According to the METI minister, Hagyudan, he said that this is a request coming from the United States that was mentioned. On the 22nd, when Prime Minister Kishi had a meeting with President Biden, and you also met with the Secretary of State, discussed with the Secretary of State Blinken as well. Through this exchange, have you received a request to provide LNG to Europe? What is the background and on this?
Yes, thank you for your question. Based on the request coming from the United States and EU, as well as severe European situation in terms of the gas supply over Ukraine situation, Japan has considered what the cooperation Japan can do. And as a result of that, based on the big premise that a stable supply will be ensured for Japan, decision was made to redirect to surplus LNG of Japan to Europe. That's my understanding. And as for the severe gas supply situation in Europe over Ukraine situation, U.S. and EU had made a request to Japan to redirect LNG destined for Japan to Europe. I would refrain from stating the details. Inclusive of G7 countries and international community, we will cooperate with them and continue appropriately dealing with this issue.
Please go ahead. I have a follow-up question. At the current situation from Russia, has there been a halting of energy supply to Europe? That has not happened. But from February, you're going to be sending LNG. Is it because you want to deter the invasion of Ukraine by Russia? Is that intention?
In and around areas of Ukraine border, the Russian military is building up, tension is rising, so we cannot prejudge the consequences. And of course, diplomatic actions are taken, but there is a possibility that it can suddenly change for the negative. From when and what volume and so forth. As for the details, the ministry is in charge, METI, so I hope you can make a direct inquiry to METI on this. Thank you.
Any other questions? And please raise your hand if you wish to ask a question. Jiji Press, Tanaka. Regarding Japan and Korea relations, I understand that there is going to be a meeting in Japan, U.S., and ROK. Is there going to be a bilateral meeting with the ROK? What about the Sado gold mine? Is that going to be discussed? This is being raised by the Korean side, and also dealing with the DPRK as well as Japan-ROK relations. How is that going to be managed? Please elaborate.
Yes, thank you. As for the trilateral foreign ministers meeting among Japan, U.S., ROK, as I said to you, there is a repeated launch of ballistic missile by DPRK, and we are to discuss the latest situation of DPRK, mainly at this meeting. This is what I said to you already. And at the bilaterals that I may have with counterpart, for the details, it's being arranged as we speak. This is a face-to-face opportunity that I have, so I would like to make a maximum outcome out of it and have a frank discussion with my counterpart so that I can build a more personal relationship with any of my counterpart.
Any other questions? Please go ahead. Good morning. IWJ Hamamoto. I have a question regarding Northern Territories as well as the Ukraine crisis. On the 7th of February, for the Northern Territory Day, Ambassador Emmanuel said that on Twitter, he said that the Northern Territories is supported by the U.S. On the side of Japan, and criticized Russia, taking into consideration Ukraine's as well. On the social media, there was a good response to the ambassador's comments. Is it an incentive to have Japan participate in the war with Russia? What's your comment?
I know about the video message of Ambassador Emmanuel that you mentioned. Japan has a sovereignty over 4 islands in the Northern Territory, and Japan's position has been consistent to resolve the territorial issue and conclude a peace treaty, and based on that, we would patiently continue negotiating. The message sent by Ambassador Emmanuel supports the position of Japan. That is why we welcome that. And also about the situation of Ukraine, we are watching with interest the developments. There was a Japan-U.S. summit video conferencing held as well as telephone conferencing between Japan-U.S. foreign minister over Ukraine. We are to cooperate between Japan and the United States. Views concur on that. So international community in U.S., we will work together with them and appropriately deal with the issue.
Any other questions? There seem not. With this, I would like to bring the press conference to a close. Thank you.